Some breaking news came into the NFL yesterday as reigning Defensive Player of the Year award winner Stephon Gilmore has tested positive for COVID-19. This is just one in a long strand of players that have tested positive for COVID in the past week and a half, and this is horrible news for the NFL. What's up, everybody? It's AC Analysis, and another player in the NFL has tested positive for COVID-19. This is really bad news. We've had 4 teams that have had big COVID-19 outbursts. So this is bad news for the NFL, and this is bad news for me since I'm a Patriots fan. So last night on Twitter, Adam Schefter reported that Stephon Gilmore has tested positive for COVID-19, and this is one of 2 known players that have tested positive for COVID on the Patriots, and those players are Cam Newton and Stephon Gilmore, the 2 most important players on the team. Gilmore might be one of the best cornerbacks in the league, maybe behind like a Jalen Ramsey, and Cam Newton, the starting quarterback. So both of the Patriots' star players are out, and this is a huge blow to the Patriots, obviously. This is not confirmed yet, but few sources were saying that Stephon Gilmore and Cam Newton had a dinner together Friday night. And after that dinner, when they had their COVID test before the game, Cam Newton tested positive on Saturday, and Gilmore tested negative. So Gilmore could have very well contracted COVID from Cam Newton, but that is not confirmed. But if Stephon Gilmore has corona, or maybe even had corona during his Sunday game, what does that mean? He played against the Chiefs. He tackled players. Could some players on the Chiefs have COVID now? Will the Chiefs game be canceled? How many players on the Patriots have COVID now? This thing is so dangerous because anyone can get COVID that touched or was even near Stephon Gilmore. And when you're playing a contact game like football, you are going to be near the player all the time. As a Patriots fan, this really does suck. The 2 best Patriots players are going to be out for next week most likely. But what will this mean for the Patriots-Broncos game? Luckily, they were able to catch the COVID-19 early before the game started, unlike in Cam Newton's situation, where on Saturday he contracted it. So will the Patriots game be moved back? If not many Patriots players test positive for COVID, I doubt it. But if the entire team is, infected, then the game might even just get straight up canceled. From the beginning of the year, I feel like we all knew that this was going to happen. We hoped that this wouldn't happen, but we all knew that most of the NFL would most likely have to get games pushed back or just downright canceled. I didn't even think an NFL season was going to start. But if this happens to too many teams, too many games get pushed back, the seasons get too awkward, the weeks get too awkward, I think that they might have to just cancel the season fully, because a Raiders player got it, a few Tennessee Titans players got it, and now the best Patriots players have gotten it. Because of this, the NFL won't be able to function properly. Some teams will have crazy advantages over others. Advantages can go as crazy as them being able to have an extra 4 days of practicing. So NFL, I believe, is going to cancel by week 8. This is a bold prediction, but you just can't go on like this, and I don't think it will stop. Some more news has actually come in while I was recording this video. A Chiefs third-string quarterback, Jordan Ta'amu, has tested positive for COVID-19. I doubt that this is because of Stephon Gilmore, because he's not playing on the field. But that still could be dangerous because now more Chiefs players might have it. We don't know that yet. And also a Falcon player, actually a pretty impactful player, AJ Terrell, has it. And then about 15 Titans players have it. 15 starters and backups, including Jeffrey Simmons and Corey Davis. So I think that the Titans season might just be canceled completely. Based off of how many players have COVID, you just can't flat out play. You're missing so many of your starters, and at this point you're going to be playing with 3rd string and 4th string players as your starters. So if any team's going to struggle from this, it's the Titans the most. So now, how will those COVID cases affect the Patriots? First of all, the 2 players can't be out for too long because they're strong grown men, and the COVID-19 virus really affects weak people. I can't really say anything. I'm not sure if they're going to be long-term affected by this, but I think that they're going to come out just fine. And then the weeks that they're most likely going to be out, the Patriots are playing the 49ers, the Broncos, and the Bills. The Bills is going to be a tough matchup, but Cam Newton might be back for that one. The Broncos one seems pretty simple though. Brian Hoyer was actually having a solid game, except for his stupid mistakes that he made in the red zone. He was making some solid passes. And then towards the end of the game, Jared Stidham showed some flashes of being a good passer. So the Patriots should be just fine against the Broncos. Their secondary is still strong. They still got Devin and Jason McCourty. And then against the 49ers are so banged up that it should not be too much of a challenge. But like I said, the Bills will be the challenge. And then after that, the Patriots will play the Jets and the Ravens, and that's when I believe that Cam Newton and Gilmore will both be back. The Titans have too many COVID-19 cases for me to really know how much time they're going to miss, when certain players are going to be back, but the Titans will be having a very difficult matchup against the Bills on Sunday. The Bills are easily one of the best teams in the league, and they're going to have to struggle in that game. But I think they will play the game, they're just going to be missing many key components to their team. Examples, Corey Davis. So the Tennessee Titans will have rough going for the rest of the season, but they're in a very weak division, so I still see them making the playoffs. We don't really know what's going to happen to the other teams in the NFL that have had positive COVID-19 tests. For example, the Chiefs and the Falcons. They have both had about 1 or 2 players get COVID from my information so far. But if any other players get COVID, their games might have to be canceled or moved back. I doubt that's going to happen, but it might just happen. It's only Monday though right now by the time I'm recording this video. And because it's only Monday, they'll have lots of time to, fix up the stadium and clean stuff up. But with that being said, that'll wrap up this video. This has been AC Analysis talking about Stephon Gilmore's COVID case and a few more teams' COVID cases. But if you guys enjoy consistent football content, liking and subscribing would be really helpful. We're on the road to 50 subs and every sub helps. And if any other superstar players get COVID-19, be sure that I will make a video about it. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching and see you next time. Before we start the video, if you guys enjoy consistent football content, liking and subscribing would be really helpful. We're on the road to 50 subs and every sub helps. And with that being said, let's get actually into the video.